Yeah.
Right, welcome back to the channel from Lagos, or Lagos, or Lagos, depending how good you are at Portuguese. This is the view, the amphitheatre that I have from my room. It's a lovely little town. Lots of little dogs around as well, which is good. Is that a Westie? Is that 3 Westies? Oh, we got another one here. What's this one? Oh my God, that's like a mini husky, isn't it? No, what is it? What's that? So 2 announcements before we get into this video. We're going to be commentating over every single shot of the match I played with Tyler. Number 1, I'm in Lagos. Lagos. I'm just going to say Lagos because I'm English and English people are pretty ignorant when it comes to this kind of thing. I'm in Lagos playing the Portugal Pro Golf Tour, which is coming up. First event starts Tuesday. I've got 4 events and then the Tour Champs. So I'm hoping to film some tournament rounds. But the real update and talking about these tournaments is going to be coming in the playing series, which is coming soon. Number 1 is my sponsor, supporter, Encore Golf, are doing a deal on grade B and C golf balls, Pro Vs, sorry. So as it is February, this is a perfect time to get into practicing. It's a good time to grab some of these. It's around the £20 mark for 40 balls. I'm going to put the exact figures here. But you can fill your practice bag with these and actually get some proper practice in. Now the season is coming up. Now I've always had a goal to do some stuff like animal charities in the future, whether it be like 5-10 years down the line. I've always thought about trying to earn enough money so I can get to a point where I can do something. I've got a few ideas, but I won't go into them now. And I was thinking the other day, why just like wait until you can do something when you can do something along the way as well? So what I'm going to do now, basically 1% of all of the likes I get per month, I'm going to round that figure up. I'm going to give it to a different animal welfare charity each month. So basically every time you like a video, that will, add money to the pot, and then it's going to go to animal charities. The first month is going to go to an animal charity in Phuket. I think they're based, Soy Dog, who I've supported for quite a while. So I'm going to round up the figure. I think it's around 60 quid, which, at the moment is not a massive amount, but that could go towards feeding, probably like 5 or 6 dogs for the month, or however much it costs, I'm not really sure, but it's going to help. And as the channel keeps growing, so we can get to like £500 a month, then that's going to really start to make an impact. So to me, it's like a perfect scenario. The more likes means the more money to them. The more likes means the more my channel is probably going to grow, which in turn means the more money I can give away. I understand that there's people that watch without an account. If you want to create an account and just sign in and like it, it's up to you. If not, then it's all good. We're still going to do something. Right, enjoy the video. Getting into commentary now. Let's go. So this is it. A proper match back on the channel. Me against Tyler. Probably won't mention the golf course yet because I had to pay an extortionate fee to play. But we're going to get into this as I usually do. Just commentating in one take over the match. Now, Tyler played pretty well. I'm going to lay down a few excuses early.
Near the end.
This is my first proper round of golf in about 3 weeks, just because back in England the weather was awful before I left for Dubai. I was in Dubai, then travelled here, hit some balls on the range, done some work, but it's the first time back out playing almost felt like a bit of a tournament scenario, playing a proper game, having a few lads from the tournament golf college following around as well. Just didn't want to look like a complete knob. So good to get this in before the tournament rounds, which are coming up this week. Now let's get into the commentary properly. Now the excuses down. So it's a big par 5 to open with a hazard that sort of like intersected the fairway up there. I hit 2 shots, had 145 yards, which left me sort of like a little 9-iron, which I hit a bit heavy. Tyler advanced it way further up the hole, had sort of around like 60 yards, so he's got a 61 degree. This little cut off swing left himself a look. Now I had a putt up the green. Putting green, I didn't think the greens were going to be this quick, as you can tell when I knock it 15 foot by. But yeah, I had a few putts in the green and just didn't think they'd be this quick on this course. There's 2 courses here basically. Tyler's given that a good go. I've got a 15-footer down the hill on the first for par, which I missed. Good speed though. Solid start, I think I said. Right, moving on to the second hole, par 4, Dogleg slightly right to left, and Tyler's just bombed it down the middle. Very good drive with the golf ball. Tyler's told me to hit driver. Probably wouldn't have hit driver here, just because it tightens up, like properly tight where I'm hitting driver between two hazards near the green. You can see this come down like on the flag on the left, so it like bounces around, ended up on the reeds over there. I'm not sure exactly how far Tyler had in here, but as you can see, he's a pretty good wedge player. Knocking it up there, giving himself a look. Meanwhile, I've got a very dodgy lie down here, which got caught up.
It's not going to move.
And it rolled around to here. This is all I could do, is just like try and hack it out. Rolls around, ends up in a bunker with no sand. And yeah, solid start. But this video, yeah, the golf gets a bit solid as we get through. And then basically this is a 9-hole match. And in the back 9, Tyler had a bad back, so I just played 9 holes on my own. They all come out of me still. And the golf was a lot better once I sort of got into the stride a bit, which you're going to see in the next video, which is coming over the next day. Probably something like, can I break par or something like that, you know. Some, well, I say clickbait title, it's not really clickbait, is it? Tyler, solid par. Par 3, 155 yards. Tyler's got a little 8. And it's a good shot. This man's on a kamikaze mission, just running in front of the camera. Didn't have a care in the world. I've hit a 9-iron. Just made a bad swing, flared it out to the right. Found a bunker with some sand on a bit of a downslope. Hit an okay bunker shot. It's not really spun much. And again, got a look for par. Very solid start. It's a pretty good roll. Got a putt for par. Bit of a hook. I think I said solid start, yeah. 4 over through 3. Lovely. Tyler knocks it in. And now we have a par 4, about 400 and I want to say 440. Tyler's just bomb driver again, like properly efficient driver with the golf ball. It tightens up there, so I'm just hitting 2-iron. This 2-iron, when you know it's fairly warm, it's like 18 degrees here, and the fairways are pretty dry, so I can still get this 2-iron out there, sort of like 260 to 280. I've got a 9-iron down a slight breeze from 170, which come up just a bit short. Tyler's not got long in here at all, just hitting a little wedge. Nice little golf swing, giving himself a look, and I've got quite a long putt, which does quite a bit. Little birdie putt for Tyler. Slides by the edge. This is not the putt you want for par after that start. Boom. On the par train. Come on. Right, so this is a big par 5. It's about 540 yards uphill. Tyler's made the YouTube cardinal sin of jumping in front of the camera. It tightens up again with driver, with hazards. So I'm just getting a 2-iron in play. This is actually on my Instagram if you've seen this already. So 2-iron in play left me 261, playing about 20 uphill.
Yeah.
And I've ripped this 2-iron. Pitching just in the front trap, so good leave. Tyler had, I think, 211. So he's just trying to sort of like cut a 4-iron. Pretty solid shot up there on the green. I've got the upslope with quite a bit of sand. It's actually got pretty close, which is a relief. There it is. A relief. It's not very positive. Pretty good speed from Tyler. Not the best tap in. Now this is a good par 3. So this was playing 205 because it was 5 down, and it was into breeze, and the green's pretty large but protected both sides. Now, I just thought I would give myself the longest putt on the golf course. So I just knocked it onto the right side of the green. Tyler's gone with 4-iron. Much more aggressive. And hit a good long iron shot there, giving himself a look. Now, it's hard to make... After the first hole, this was uphill as well, up a massive tier, aiming like 10 foot right. It's hard to make myself actually hit this hard enough. As I thought I gave that a good wrap. Now this moves a lot. It's a pretty good putt, to be fair. I've got putt for par. Slides by the edge. So yeah, as you can see, the game is just a tad rusty at the moment out on the golf course. Got a straightaway par 4 here. This is just bombed, honestly. This driver display is a joke, an actual joke. I've gone with my little cutty driver, keeping it in play, which feels good at the moment. See it popping down there. Tyler's going first. Awful golf shot here. It is annoying hitting it to 5 foot with a wedge. Meanwhile, look how, yeah, just very steep, and basically the grass out here is not forgiving at all. It's very grainy, so you get on the fairway. If you bottom out before it, you can look very silly. Now, me and Tyler actually did some. Tyler's like a short game specialist, really good short game coach as well. We did some work after the round, and some of the stuff we did on the back nine. So you can see like instant results in tomorrow's video. But yeah, we did quite a bit of work afterwards as well, so that's going to help massively out here. And just my short game in general, as you all know, is probably something that the bit of the game that I struggle with the most. Now Tyler's just hooked it left. I thought I'd give it the big right in the trap. Tyler's found it. No, this is a good shot. See it pop down just left of the left palm tree. I've had to take a drop, got 155 down the breeze, just trying to hit the wedge, sort of like landed on the front of the green and spun off. Now this is an area that Tyler's very good at, as I just said, like great little chip, very, very solid. I'm not chipping it, as you can see. Yeah, but anyway, Tyler's knocked in for par. I've obviously got this for bogey. Now, the long par 4, 460. So I'm just like bombing this, carrying it over the side of the hazard. I think it's like a 300-yard carry on like the left palm tree. I'm taking it just right. You're going to see it popping down on the screen now. So I hit a big drive here, probably about 330, I would say. And then Tyler has just flat one out there as well, up next to mine. Very, very efficient, good ball strike of a driver. I've got 120 down a little breeze, hitting a 55 degree. Pretty good swing there. Tyler, very similar distance. Expect this is gap wedge. Just pulled it a tad. And I've got a putt down the green for birdie. And this pretty much sums up the video. So I think I may even miss that, just walking up and tapping it in. But yeah, as you can see, the game was a tad rusty. Button's in a good place. Long game's not in too much of a bad place. But the back nine video is coming soon. The golf improves a lot, and then tournaments coming up this week. So make sure you give that video a like, and see you on the next one.